Hello friends, welcome to my channel English Notes. Today's topic of my notes is Henchard's Rise and Fall in novel The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy. So let's start. One of the most renowned English novelists and poet in literary history, Thomas Hardy was born in 1840. Over the course of his life, the author produced many insightful literary works, including one of his most well-known novels, The Mayor of Casterbridge. Throughout the novel, the protagonist, Michael Henchard, must make life-altering decisions that ultimately damage Henchard himself and leads to his loss of family, career, riches, and happiness. A critic, Lan Gregor, once stated, "The last two chapters stand in the same dramatic relationship to the full novel as the first two." In the first two and last two chapters of the story, Thomas Hardy utilizes characterization to stress the decision that ultimately leads to Henchard's self-destruction. In the first two chapters, The Mayor of Casterbridge, Hardy immediately characterizes the protagonist Michael. In the first two chapters of The Mayor of Casterbridge, Hardy immediately characterizes the protagonist Michael as a passionate and determined man. However, he also obtains the character traits bitter, heartless, prideful, and impulsive. Michael constantly shows his negative traits as a sharp contrast to his positive traits. For example, more than a few times Henchard proves his generosity, such as when he takes his young Scotchman, Donald Fafre, under his wings and becomes his mentor and friend. In addition, Michael offers his house to Fafre while they barely know each other. However, the main character's jealousy and overall hatred of his business partner contradict his generosity. While walking along the road, Michael declares in frustration, "If I were a free man again, I would be worth £1,000." Henchard believes his family burdens him, and without them he could achieve greater accomplishments. The protagonist, Michael, is drunk in anger, commits his first impulsive act of selling his wife Suzanne and daughter Elizabeth Jane to a stranger for the price of only 5 guineas. This impetuous decision based on emotion causes the separation between Michael and his family for the next 18 years. To emphasize the importance of this act, Hardy applies the classic slow-down technique to generate suspense. Up until the moment, up until the moment that Henchard exchanges physical money for his family members, the spectator inside of the tent thinks that the impulsive protagonist is merely trying to carry out a joke. All of a sudden, Henchard down the shillings severally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hands them to the seller. Hardy describes this irreversible and shocking moments in extreme detail so that the audience wants to learn the outcome and understand the significance of the auction. The next morning, the ashamed main character realizes the extent of his actions as he wakes up to find out about the loss of his wife and daughter. As a result of his immature decision, the protagonist take an oath vowing to abstain from drinking alcohol for the next 21 years. Following on his mistake, the young man sets out on a month-long journey to locate his family. Although he fails on his journey, Henchard's subsequent success in Casterbridge, the town in which he settles, originates from his sobriety. The determined young hairdresser eventually becomes an affluent corn merchant and later becomes the mayor of Casterbridge. After the rueful mistakes at the furmity tent, Michael then regrets his actions and tries to make amends. This process occurs time and time again over the course of the novel. For instance, at the starting point of the novel, the protagonist agrees to sell his wife and child, while at the end of the novel, his plan to kill Donald Fafre causes him to lose his partnership and, in the end, to lose his whole business. In the last two chapters of The Mayor of Casterbridge, Hardy immediately characterizes the protagonist Michael once again as an unsuccessful hairdresser down on his luck. In the same situation from 21 years before, following his settlement in Casterbridge, the young persistent man over the next 18 years become a successful corn merchant, gain wealth and gain the honorable title of town mayor. At this point in the novel, Michael reaches the peak of his success. Once he reaches his highest success point, fate inevitably intervenes to completely ruin him and lead to his downfall. As the novel progresses, the declining main character's self-destructing traits consequently guide him to his isolation and poverty. Upon his secret past, hidden from the people of Casterbridge, when the Furmity woman reveals the story of Henchard selling his wife and daughter, Henchard's popularity starts to decline rapidly from that day onward, although he obtains the sacred position of mayor for most of the novel. The townsman begins to deem him unworthy and gravitate towards Fafre. Henchard's pride essentially produced his jealousy. The envy Henchard portrays is evident when Fafre's holiday celebrations remains unharmed by the weather. Henchard looks forward Donald and rashly says, "Mr. Fafre's time as my manager is drawing to a close, isn't it, Fafre?" The prideful Henchard, with the influence of his enviousness, foolishly separates from his business manager. Continuously throughout the course of the novel, Mikhail makes his decision influenced by his emotions, while angry, prideful, jealous and drunk. As the novel progresses, while Fafre starts his own separate business and excels within Casterbridge society, Henchard loses family and fortune as his jealousy damages himself and his reputation. Moreover, Henchard's attempts to ruin Fafre's business fails and causes his own business to go into debt as Fafre gain profit. Besides Fafre's constant kindness, as Mikhail hears the news of the rumor that Mr. Fafre was to be proposed for mayor in a year or two, Henchard establishes himself as Fafre's rival in business and in life. In addition, although the young Scottish man is unaware of his boss's past relationship with the woman he presents interest in, Henchard's attraction for Lucetta increases. Due to her strong fondness of Fafre. Henchard's jealousy tries to force Lucetta to marry him. When Lucetta marries Fafre secretly, Henchard is angry and obsessed with her betrayal. As Henchard drives himself crazy over the idea of Fafre possibly taking a position as the new mayor. The roles of the two men in a society completely reverse by the end of the novel. Fafre becomes the most successful and distinguished man in Casterbridge, living in the house that was once belonged to Henchard. Meanwhile, the declining main character dies a poor hairdresser, insignificant and alone just as the start of the novel. Evidently, Hardy portrays Mikhail Henchard's life in a continuous cycle of his rises and falls to power. Henchard frequently begins in misery, although slowly climbs his way to the highest rank, reaching success and then falls, causing the main character to come full circle in an unfortunate repetition of events. Thomas Hardy's The Mayor of Casterbridge, one of his most powerful novels, tells the tale of Mikhail Henchard's rise and fall. Throughout the unfortunate story, the novel contains critical and purposeful writing. However, the most critical, significant, and purposeful writing is present in the first two and last two chapters of the book. Hardy has definitely fulfilled exactly what critic Lan Gregor has started. He has specifically made the first two chapters and the last two chapters parts of the story that holds an identical dramatic relationship. Overall, through his usage of characterization, writing techniques, and self-destruction, Thomas Hardy conveys the circumstances and decisions that ultimately leads to the gradual downfall of Mikhail Henchard. So friends, this is my notes on Henchard's rise and fall in novel The Mayor of Casterbridge. I hope you understand better. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, comment and subscribe. And please press the bell icon for new video notification. Thank you.